Inspiring Uganda.
The government of Uganda, under the stewardship of His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, continues to advocate for socio-economic transformation through peace, security. But also we do understand the role that education and training skills does contribute towards this agenda. And of course, today we discuss what and how education can be made easier, but also without forgetting the aspect of practical skills in society under the STEM to be able to achieve sustainability. And of course, joining us today is Honorable Johnson Nyeko, who is the MP for Lamuo County. We get to understand what amazing things he's doing in this particular community to advance education as a whole, but also ensure that he contributes to the development of the rural communities. Honorable, you're welcome to this episode. Kindly say hello to our viewers.
Thank you very much. Thank you for this opportunity to talk to viewers. I'm Honorable Nyeko Johnson Kezekia, MP of Lamuo. Our rural community has gone through a lot of thick and thin. We have had wars here, and we always blame the war only for any lack of development or education as such. But when did war stop? War stopped a long time ago. What we have been missing in Lamuo is action on issues that people have. Action on education, action on development priorities, and action in everything. As MP of Lamuo, I've taken it seriously. I don't want to play blame game on people.
Yes.
I've seen that people still lag behind in education, especially beginning with the primary living. And at the primary level, the primary living exams in Lamuo has been very poor. There's hardly any performance. There's hardly any first grade in any school. Imagine if the whole of Lamuo gets only 28 first grades. Isn't that a shame?
Yeah.
It means there's something wrong. So, having said that, I set up a committee headed by one teacher called Oroma and others to check out, go from school to school in Lamuo to find out the reason for this. And I discovered that most schools have too many children. There are schools that are 1,000 children with only 9 teachers. 2,000 children with 10 teachers. It's not only because of lack of teachers. The few teachers that are there are even boda owners. They go to do some boda work and to get money. So it is actually extreme poverty causing all this. With the president's idea of prosperity for all, solves many problems. Because you cannot distribute money to people to make them rich in order to educate them or their families. Prosperity for all has come through Emioga, PDM, which treats the income of the families. And it is up to the families now to budget. But unfortunately, this Emioga and PDM are being attacked by selfish people Try to find out. We will dig it out. I'm now the MP. Emioga and PDM is being misused. Those who are supposed to distribute this money take part of the money and pocket the money. This is the corruption the president doesn't want. If we love, leave alone loving the president who formulated this way of making everyone wealthy. Love your country, number one, and look for that leadership that is patriotic. And we found his leadership in His Excellency, Yoweri Kaguta Museveni. Look at his plan. Prosperity for all. And he has put it in action. He has put this 4-acre development model. The other day I had to take people to Mbara to see those activities the president has been showing on screen and make our people learn from there. These people who have come back are not the same anymore. They are determined. And I'm going to use those people to change Lamoa.
Interesting. So, Honorable, as someone who brings new energy to the Roman Parliament, but also from a community perspective, education system continues to be top priority, like you do highlight. And what expectations should we have from you in terms of either policy, but also skill empowerment?
Well, our education system has to be very comprehensive. We should not just have regular school, regular primary school, regular secondary school. Let us incorporate practical work, technical education within the education system. Instead of bothering people opening separate technical colleges, the fastest way is we incorporate this technical education within the present education system and let children who are very skillful practically take that road, and those who are skillful in book work take the other road. And in that way, as we know already, there are people who go through technical education up to university. We will get it within the present system, so which takes us less money than building separate technical college. Are you with me?
Yes, yes.
Yes, it will take less money. Now, what we need is to fund means and ways of developing fast and reaching the middle income economy through many means, not only through productivity, not through agricultural promotion only, whereby we are so rich, we are going to export overwhelmingly, get overwhelming amount of money. Let us also educate our people overwhelmingly and have overwhelming knowledge. For example, Kampala Diplomatic School, which is my investment, of course. We are not a university, because we have incorporated technical education inside by way of, we call it extracurricular activities, which we do only twice a week, by the way, from 2 o'clock to 4 o'clock, from 3 o'clock to 4 o'clock. And we concentrated on 2 items: biomass technology, and we have other technologies like electronics, building robots, building cars. And by the way, our students without degree from year 10 up to year 13, they have already built small cars. All machinery starts from small. You build a small one, and when it works, then you build a big one. You call investors, people who have the money, and you build big ones. They have built a car that cannot get accident. It comes to approach an obstacle, an object, and it stops.
So, Honorable, if I
And
can...
then they are building drones.
Mm.
We are building drones from the scratch. You see, I want to get a day with you and see the children twisting the wires and building small things, and then they assemble and cutting the material to make the wings, and then they put them together and they fly them. When you see, I want a day with you, you come and see that technology.
Mm.
And that's why I say it is very important to incorporate in normal primary and secondary education is technical education. And we have gone further. In internal competition in the country, we became the best in Uganda. And we represented Uganda in Singapore, you remember very well. It was reported on UBC and other TVs. So I'm talking about things that have already succeeded, and we need to build on that. Yes, that's why I really urge the government to incorporate technical education in primary and secondary schools instead of building brand new technical colleges. That will take all our money. We still have very little money. We need to build more, although we are better than the neighbors. We don't need to be proud. We don't need to talk about our money, our development so much, but just build it quietly and be the best in it. But we should also spy other people, see how they do, so that we do better. That is the way forward.
So in terms of the cost implication, they are beautiful ideas, but then who bears the burden? Is it the government, is it investors, or is it the communities that should actually benefit?
We have done it in Kampala Diplomatic School without any foreign investment. We have done with our meager resources. If it is the government of Uganda now doing it, it will be serious. It will touch every school. It will touch every citizen. It will touch majority. It will bring us the development we deserve. That's the way I see it. We have succeeded with our meager resources. What about government? And come to biomass technology, where we are generating electricity cheaply, but the same power as the electricity from Owen Falls. The same electricity that comes from the Karuma Dam. You know how much we have spent in Karuma. We don't need to generate the same power Karuma generates. We need just to spend about 70%. I'm not afraid to say 60% of the money we spend there. If there's such knowledge, such opportunity, why? Why not? We have already won 6 Well Awards. What about if it is government now doing it? Government. How much effect will it have? My message to His Excellency is, we are praying for you every day. You become more healthy. Your decisions have always helped us. We have got the security we need in order to develop. Please look at these comparisons. Put on the weighing scale so that we don't spend money recklessly. We don't bring any more Karuma hydropower. We put that money in biomass technology and spread them all over the country. And we have the development we need, because we have now transferred power to the source of production. And that is it. Production will not be only double, will be triple. Don't be surprised that by 2040, we have even doubled the projection the government has given, if we follow this means.
Interesting. So most people have a misconception that education is restricted to classroom education, but we do understand that a large number of people, especially in the rural communities where we come from, have not perhaps gone through that kind of formal education. How do we leverage on the other part of education to actually inform their point of sustainability and growth?
Well, as I've said, we don't really need to look at separation of this kind of education. Uh, Technical education on a different line, and then formal education on the other line. We need just to incorporate the technical education there. I will give you two examples. The biomass technology we do within our school, Kampala Diplomatic School, and the electronics we do there, and the technology we do there, that has led our students to produce drones that look exactly like the one you import from Japan. So we took these two students from Lamour. It happened that I took from Lamour because I took them during the time when I'm campaigning, where I found extreme poverty. I took the children of extremely poor people. And imagine the one who is so good in technology and building the flying machines is, is the son of a very poor person in Namur who could not afford even to go to these kind of private schools. That is a success. Another one, the son of a reverend, an Anglican reverend, is very poor. He cannot afford even a private school, except when he is an Anglican reverend in the city, whereby his congregation are rich. But a reverend right from Lukum, at the border of Sudan, their collection for the whole month cannot reach 1 million. Collection of the whole congregation. So, from among the poorest, the government is going to fish out the people we need to enhance our development, even to help us in planning education. Don't be surprised to find that even the scientists one of the scientists who is helping to plan our space job, and maybe one of those poorest, from the poorest family. So we need the government to look into that very urgently, because it's not a matter of adjustment. There's no extra budget. It's just a matter of adjustment and a little top up, just a little top up in the schools to finance this technology. Yeah, imagine we have now attracted the University of Oxford, interns from the University of Cambridge, interns from Canada and from Australia, coming to Uganda to learn this technology. How did they learn about us? In the world competition, in the COP meeting, COP 26, COP 25, COP 28. That's where we met them. So take my matter very seriously, dear patriotic Ugandans, especially the leadership. This is practical thing, a practical discovery, which when you incorporate in your wisdom, we are going to go very far. Yeah.
So the different leadership structures, from parliament to this to local government, even to the local councils, how do you make the nexus so that you do have a similar voice towards the education system?
This is a good question. By the way, it is very unfortunate that we have people who are anti-development. When we discovered the reason why Lamour could not make it in the first grade in the primary living, only 28 for the whole of Lamour instead of 28 from one school. we found that we needed more teachers. Just out of my patriotic feeling, I decided to ask some important people in the Ministry of Education to recruit more teachers, paid by me, as part of PTA, because PTA in many parts of the country are helping to put in additional teachers to help students perform better. So when I did this, I'm talking about the leadership.
Yes.
An authority of the level of the LCs, an LC5 ordered the stoppage and evacuation of the teachers I helped to pay. Immediately terminated them. But after how long? After 9 months of work, after about 7 months of work, he had praised their work in the International Teachers' Day, which took place in Paloga. But all of a sudden it came to his mind, I don't know what happened. He said, no, stop them. And he stopped the teachers. Already the teachers had taken the children from no level to some good level, from zero performance, all of them together about 40%, up to the high level of second grade. What does it mean? If he did not stop them, they were going to all get first grade. Look at that. And this is a problem in leadership. If that LC5 is so powerful, more powerful than the DEO, more powerful than the inspector of schools, wherever the DEO keeps quiet, the inspector of schools keeps quiet, the country is going nowhere. We are pulling the president back. We are not learning the Musavionics for fun. This is a new type of economic development, an idea which we decided to give in his name, because he is the initiator of that idea of economic development. You see, all these things we do is embodied in Musavionics. We study his plan, and we want it to go fast. That's why we do it that way. We even go to sponsor this and then that. Prosperity for all means health for all. Look behind you. This is not for campaign. This is to support prosperity for all. I moved among people. I did not promise them that I'm giving them ambulance. I saw that clever people are dying with simple sickness. If they were rushed to hospital, their lives would be saved. Imagine if the lives of a few who will give their testimonies were not saved. They would have not done what they have done now to promote development. So we have a say in Acholi or in Luo that Mak Atum Paruot Met Kimegi, which means, you know, the bodyguards of chiefs usually help the chief. While the chief is carrying the big spear, is helping the chief to carry the bows and arrows. So the meaning is that while you carry the bows and arrows of the chief, if you see things that are supposed to be shot with the bows and arrows, you take quick decision to save the chief. You don't wait for the chief to give you the command to defend him. You understand? Yeah, that is our role as supporters of Musavionics.
Interesting.
Yep.
So, very many members of parliament have been celebrating their swearing in and being able to be initiated into the new stage. How has it been like for you, and what does it mean?
Yes, it has been very, very, very disturbing, because when you achieve something very big with the help of a people, if it is on your own, spearing an elephant at the dot where it is going to fall down, then you get a new name, Otom. In our language, the elephant is called Tome. If you kill the elephant alone, you are called Otom. But in this case, achieving this level has not been my effort alone. It was me to convince the villagers that I'm the right leader. And it is them that took the decision to elect me. And that is the victory. So I battled with it. I saw MPs organizing theirs in Kampala. I was disturbed. Say, hey, should I have also friends in Kampala. But did they vote for me? They are friends, all right, but they did not vote for me. There are other things I can do to please my friends rather than divert the whole celebration of the people to Kampala. So that's why I decided to bring it home, where you see the likes of that old man and the old ladies, they could not travel up to Kampala. So I took the initiative immediately. I did not call them even to Kampala. I would be calling 40 people that fills a bus to celebrate in Kampala. What about the rest? So I decided that I should go with my wife and not the whole family even. Follow the rules. The rules say you and 3 other people. So I made the children to choose themselves. So they say the second born, the last born, and the mother should go. It was their choice. So that's another democracy. So they went to parliament, they saw me sworn in, and said, okay, we go to the village now. That's why we are in the village to celebrate the victory. And although rain threatened it a bit, and finally in the afternoon, we saw the crowd. And we had almost 20,000 people coming to celebrate. And yet, this morning I was getting phone calls that so many thousands were left out. They did not come because of another problem, means of transport. Campaign has been so aggressive. It has taken so much finance from me, and I could not transport everyone. Even anywhere, you cannot always take everyone. Yeah, but the massive number of people I brought have taken back the message. And then there are others in big number who did not really come, and I genuinely told them, I'm going to them. Areas where a big number of people did not come, I'm going to have another celebration with them. I'll try my best, but you can never please everyone.
Yes, yes, of course. Yeah. So initiatives like Football for Peace and Unity in
Yes,
Diversity,
yes, thank
how
you.
were you able to bring them together
Yeah,
within the differences?
you know, peace will be there when the leaders are at peace. Our leader, His Excellency Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, has been calling neighboring leaders to Kampala, talking with them, talking peace with them. And that's why we have peace in Uganda. Similarly, internally here, we MPs need to interact with one another. I've interacted with many MPs from all around Uganda, Western Uganda, Eastern Uganda, Central, West Nile, and we realize that when we leaders are at peace, the subjects will be at peace. Peace is not brought by gun, whereby when there's a land wrangling somewhere there, you go, as an MP, I ordered the soldiers to go and cause problem. And the soldiers will respect me as an MP and cause trouble to everyone. That's nonsense. Peace is brought when I'm at peace with that MP and we are together, we do things together, and I say, hey, what about your footballers? Mine are sharp, I can beat yours. That's how it has come. And we discovered that, you know, other people who used to hate each other, they were hating each other for nothing, hating peaceful people. And now we found that, oh, how people want to come and play you. And that's why we brought the footballers from West Nile to play here. And thank God the long distance they travel has paid off. They beat us. I was not angry because they travel a very long distance. Uh, let them go back home with some meat. They went to hunt very far. So when they have gone back with meat, I'm happy. My visitors went back happy. For my people, I will talk to them. Since we have a return match, we are also going to travel a long distance. We must beat them in their home also, so that we keep the situation balanced. But now we have gained another thing. We discovered that one of our men, one of our friends from Teso, has a lot of high quality cassava. He has offered his cassava for us to give to the people of Olamore and for the Arua people also. The high quality cassava. Hey, I say, now what do we do? I have a truck. You people just put fuel in the truck and then it goes to Teso and brings the cassava. The free cassava offered from the good heart of our friend. That's how we bring development. Yes, so this is how we have gained for this. Even the footballers have gained. They have got many friends here, and our people got friends there. They have discovered business also among themselves. You know, the people who are at the border with Congo and Sudan, they know what other people need on the other side. Agricultural produce where they can get from here. For the beginning, they will be coming to buy, especially this shea butter. You see, we are under the shea butter tree, the shea tree. So they are coming to buy the shea nuts from here. This is what I've discovered. And they are going to sell the other side. Look at this exchange. It was football, now it is business. Yes. So, and with a good business, also business will bring peace.
So what other co-curricular activities, especially ones that promote unity in communities, can we actually venture on? We understand football could be one of them, but then realize that sometimes not many women, particularly, could be interested in that area. What other initiatives can we have for collective effort in community?
Yes, collective effort means there must be gender balance. When you have gender balance in your work, you have reduced the level of opposition of such a project. Because when a mother supports, the father proposes, the mother supports, the project must go through. So now, we discovered traditional dances. The other day, our friend from Teso came here to witness our agricultural transformation day, whereby we declared plowing clan by clan for free and giving free seeds, which has borne fruit. People's level of income has jumped up. He discovered that people who dance this apiti dance here. And then he said, I think my wife would like to see how the women dance here. Can you kindly bring them to our area? So we took 63 to dance in his area. Look, those 63 found friends there. And now they exchange business. So I would say in these games and activities, we need gender balance. so that everyone can have a chance. So now the women here are having very good business with Tesla. So this relationship started interpersonal and it emerged into community. And today it is becoming regional because our friend came, he offered, he was so happy with the women who went to dance there. Say, oh, the whole of our cassava field, we want to give to you people. You could just get the transport and you grow cassava. They will not only grow for food security. Starch bring a lot of money. They will be able to sell their cassava as a cash crop. So your idea of gender balance is very important.
The government of Uganda is looking at transitioning from 50 billion US dollars to 500 billion US dollars. And this actually cannot be tackled without looking at the socio-economic transformation part of it. Joining me is Mr. Peter Nyeko, who is doing amazing work to transform lives through science, technology, as well as innovation. And we get to understand what are they doing particularly here in Lamu to foster and be part of this global change. You're welcome to this conversation. Kindly say hello to our listeners.
Thank you very much, and hello everyone. I'm glad and grateful to be here. I am an aerospace engineer and a climate scientist, born here in northern Uganda, and grateful to be working here in science, technology, and innovation.
Interesting. When you say you are an aerospace engineer, what does that mean, particularly for the people of Lamu, and how do you think they can tap into it?
Absolutely. I mean, aerospace engineering is known by everyone as rocket science. So we design airplanes, we build airplanes, but we also design and build the fuel that operates airplanes and rockets and spaceships. And fuel as we know it was plants many million years ago. And plants become oil and gas becomes aviation fuel, becomes rocket fuel. But today we can turn even the very grass we have here. This grass, when it's heated to 1200 degrees Celsius, all right, it breaks down into hydrogen and methane and biogenic CO2, which together can make aviation fuel, can also make rocket fuel, and can essentially take us really far. But what does that make a difference to anyone in Uganda, not just in Lamu, who's looking at the $500 billion economy? There are 50 million of us. If you take 50 million people and you want to take us up to 500 billion, right? It means everyone has to make $10,000, all right? So if we figure out how to help everyone make $10,000 every year, we can get there tomorrow. How can people do that? By improving the value of the agriculture, the value of their productivity, of their time. You know, or taking whatever they've been blessed with and turning it into so much more. And that's kind of what it really comes down to. So here in Lamu especially, if we look at the ATMS, agriculture, tourism, minerals, and science, agriculture. Lamu grows so much crops. Most of the barley in Uganda comes from here.
You mentioned
Simsim and so on and so forth. And the waste from that can generate the energy that adds the value to meet market standards. Tourism, if everyone's able to build a home, we're able to convert the same agricultural waste into carbon negative concrete, which has a value, which brings down the cost of building homes. You build beautiful homes, tourists come and stay in them, like Airbnb. We have AFCON coming next year. That's T. And then M, minerals. We can actually take the minerals that are around here, like basalt, crush them, take the very same waste from agriculture, which is biochar, blend it together, spread it over the ground. We do mineral weathering. We get much better yield for our crops, we also get carbon credits as well, which adds more income in. And then the final S, science. I've done all these 3 ATM using science.
Yes.
That's why it's so beautiful.
Interesting.
Yes.
You mentioned something to do around climate.
Yes.
And I understand that the conversation has been not just on a Ugandan level, but even on the global shift of climate, energy, transition, and all that. What does it mean to the local people, and how do you think they can actually venture and be part of solving the challenges that we face today?
When it comes to climate, it's very simple. We all know we are gifted by nature, right?
Yes.
Uganda.
Yes.
Right? So this nature is our gift. And we've got to pass it on to the next generation after that.
Yeah.
And so we've got to look after it. We've got to treasure this gift. So I don't say climate, I say treasure the gift of nature you were bequeathed by creation and by your home Uganda, and help to make sure Uganda is still gifted by nature 100 years from now. So that's the way I basically look at it. So it means if you are moving anywhere, think about your footprint, think about your environment, and think about making sure it's even more beautiful for your great-grandchildren.
Interesting. And as we come to the end,
yes,
what message do you think is very key in making sure that STEM, but also the ATMs, are fully emphasized? I left to the fact that people always say this comes with financial muscles and implications and all that. How best can the government, but also we as the community, stretch it up?
The government has been doing a lot of work, coming up with the temple growth strategy, coming up with the ATMS. Why do they call it that? We all know an ATM is where you go and collect money.
Yeah.
But now that ATM is every single Ugandan. When you make the most of the gift that you are, the very least you can do, you'll produce $10,000 of productivity, 40 million shillings of productivity every year. That's what every single Ugandan can be. So it changes from being a government thing or a bank thing, but each one of us, whatever we're doing, whether it's coffee, whether it's sports, whether it's music, whatever you're doing in life, like I said in the scripture earlier, let your light so shine so all may see your good works and glorify your Father in heaven. So basically, whatever you do it to the best of your ability so that it can succeed as much as possible. And take advantage of every opportunity the government has put in place to essentially help you maximize your potential. And when each of us maximizes our potential, the nation rises, and it will be magical.
Interesting. Whatever you do, make sure you do it to the best of your ability.
Absolutely.
That is something I picked from you today.
Yes.
And I do hope that this conversation was amazing, but also thank you for sharing those insights with us. And we hope that everyone watching will be able to put this into practice. That is not just a government issue, but even on an individual level, there is something that you can do. And thank you so much for joining us.
Let's make Uganda the very best.
Amen. Thank you.
Thank you.
Right here with me is Mr. Johnson Malinga, who is a member of the Education Service Commission. And he'll be able to take us through what the education system is like today in Uganda, and what role does the community perspective have to play to ensure that the government actually does achieve its objectives towards socio-economic transformation. And you're welcome to this particular episode, Mr. Johnson.
Thank you, Treslin.
Yes, kindly say hello to our viewers and introduce yourself again.
Hello, viewers. I'm happy to be with you this evening. My name is Johnson Malinga, member Education Service Commission and a long service teacher.
Interesting. A long time.
I have walked the journey of education right from a level of a grade 2 teacher to a master's degree in education, administration and planning. I have also grown from the classroom to a center coordinating tutor, to a member of parliament, to a member of commission. So I have had a wide experience in the field of education.
Interesting. Thank you so much for that introduction. And the government education system today, especially the competence-based curriculum that is advocating for a shift towards hands-on practical skills, critical thinking and all that. what role do you think that right here where we are in Namwo, Honorable Nyeko, but also the larger community, is doing to fit into the curriculum?
Yeah, first of all, Honorable Nyeko is a very well networked person who has seen the world. He has been in the United States, he has been in UK, he has visited Australia. He has seen the education systems, how the developed world works. And with that experience from outside, he will fit in this curriculum. What I have seen him do first is to empower the community, because an empowered community is the one that is going to support the curriculum. The schools have been built for us by government. Government has given the basic infrastructure, but the community should be able to support the children and also support the teachers in the provision of some local materials, and also for the experience they need in the field of education, because the lower secondary curriculum is really competence-based. What you do in the classroom should reflect what happens in the community. The children should go and learn from the community, and they can also work as extension workers. They take to the community what they learn in the classroom for practice.
Interesting, interesting. If I could also pick your understanding on an individual level within communities, what are those baby steps, what are those small initiatives that people can venture into just on even at an LC1 to be able to make a complementary role towards the education system, and particularly in the informal sector?
Well, the baby steps that the community can take inside the school, first of all, is giving social psychological support to the children. When the children see a positive attitude of the community towards the education, then they get interested. And then too, there are initiatives that support the activities of the school. You need housing for the staff. You need food for the children. You need other social amenities that support education in the school. So if the community comes in and supports the child and supports the teacher, then the children will have a positive attitude towards education, and it will support the government initiative to make sure that the growth of education is strengthened in the country.
Interesting. Usually when people elect leaders, some of them get disconnected from the communities.
Yes.
But what you are saying here is different, and particularly seeing as many people actually show up for this particular event. What role, what significant role, or what example can people emulate from such collective gatherings that people even still believe and trust you, and then are willing to work with you for economic development?
Many, if not all of us, learn from role models. If you will remember very well in your life span, you must be having some teacher who impacted your life so much. Many of us, all of us, really have teachers that impacted so much on our lives, and it is those teachers that we borrowed our lifestyles from. So when we have role models in the community, when you have a leader who is close to the community, it encourages children, because they will think at the end of the day they will grow as far as that person has been.
And as we come to the conclusion, if we could have your parting remarks in regards to what vision you do have for Uganda.
The vision I have for Uganda, I take two lines. Number one, we have to intensify our interpersonal relationship for development, for peace and development. You have seen what has happened. We are soon going to have free cassava from Teso to cover our area up to West Nile. Look at that. And our president is very particular about cassava growth. And we will be helping his project to succeed. His project is to make his citizens happy. Prosperity for all. He wants to rule happy people. People who are prospered. People who are able to do their family budget alone because you have the money. People who are not beggars. People who are going to collect themselves and say, let us raise money to build a stadium. And they will build that stadium. If there is shortage, then they go to the president.
Yeah.
Not people who say, come and build for us a stadium. This is what prosperity for all means, according to the president's idea. For me, I study people's idea. That's his idea. He wants doing things to go fast. And that's why he made that speech in Kenya, that African leaders must work with the private sector if they want to develop fast. So you private person, you can be a private journalist. Promote this kind of development if you have the country at heart. And that's also part of patriotism. When you have the country at heart, you want your idea to be spread, a certain idea you discovered somewhere to be spread to cover the whole country so that the country comes up with. That's also patriotism.
Interesting.
The love for your country. And I praise you so much for that. Yeah.
Thank you so much, Honorable. We've been listening in from Honorable Johnson Nyeko Kezekia, who is the newly sworn-in Member of Parliament for Lamu County, who has been able to give us an understanding of the education system that he does desire, but also put forward his contribution towards the same, and as well highlight the emphasis that President Museveni continues to front national development, and education is a priority if we are to achieve this. Treslin Akonda, UBC TV.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you so much.
UBC, inspiring Uganda.
Keeps on doing. He keeps
When
on
anointing meets expectations, miracles are physical evidence of God's power. Join Pastor Sandra Bengana of the Road to Redemption Ministries every Sunday on UBC TV from 9:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. and live on Magic 100 FM from 11 a.m. to 12 noon. For counseling, you can contact our offices on +256 759 621 314. To be part of our services, we are located in Kampala City Center next to Monitor Publications, with 2 services happening every Monday: Commander Week service starting at 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. and on Friday our main service starting at 6 p.m. to 10 p.m. You can follow and stream live on our social media platforms: Facebook, Instagram, and on YouTube. The Road to Redemption Ministries. Yes, you can warrior.
Oh yeah.
UBC, inspiring